What's the crack? Welcome back to another video. In the last vlog, all the hiking around here, I talked a lot about the stuff that's in my bag, or the stuff that I was testing out, so I thought I'd do like a what's in my hiking backpack, really quick. First thing, obviously Polaroid camera. This is the Polaroid now. We are however also testing out the Polaroid Go, which Ali has, so it's not in my bag, it's normally in hers. I just love shooting Polaroid, so I normally take this everywhere, it's always in my bag. With that I generally always have a pack of Polaroid film, sometimes two, but normally there's one loaded in the camera. Just saves on space if I just have one and one loaded. Also have my Pentax SL, is it an SL? SP, SL, with a 80 to 200 lens. This is what I've sacrificed space for, so instead of taking the drone I took this, specifically because I don't have a telephoto lens for my Sony, which is what I'm using to film with. So I brought this instead so I can get some landscape shots. This is sort of from Thomas Heaton. I've been watching a lot of his stuff on YouTube, and this is where the idea comes from. Instead of using a wide angle lens using a telephoto lens. I don't know what the shots look like. I've shot about a roll of film so far. And for the Pentax I also have a 55mm lens, which I haven't used at all. It's not very heavy, so if I wanted to get some portraits or something, at least I have that option. And for the Sony, I have a Sigma 16mm wide contemporary lens, so it's a crop sensor lens, but it's very sharp, very nice to use. It's not too bulky and heavy. I haven't used it though because I've had the kit lens on the camera most of the time because it's got a bit of zoom right up to 70mm, so I haven't used it. In the side pocket here, 1 litre water bottle. Climbing mountains, it's necessary. In this side pocket I normally keep the GorillaPod, which I'm using right now, so it's obviously not in there. But I do have a phone stand for the GorillaPod. This came with my KNF Concept tripod. Really handy to use if you're setting up a phone shot, maybe you're just doing a panorama or something. I've actually used this quite a lot with the GorillaPod, very handy. In top pouch, or the loft as some people call these, a couple of rolls of Actar 100, so I've got 2 here. I'll maybe shoot another roll today, we don't know. And in here I normally keep my wallet, keys, I can keep food, clothes, anything in here. It's quite spacious actually. And it's got like a laptop, I think they call it a tablet pouch, but it's more of a laptop pouch really. I have an Insta360 Go 2 in there. I haven't used it on this trip. For whatever reason, I just haven't had the time or the use for it, I suppose. The bag itself is the Lowepro Flipside Trek 450. Super comfortable, really nice to wear for hiking. It's got chest strap, waist strap. The waist strap has pouches on the side. In this one I have the lens cap. Really handy to have somewhere to put a lens cap so you don't lose it. In this side I have my knife, just so it's not jingling around in my pocket. The straps are really well padded, really comfortable, and on this one I have the Peak Design capture clip, which is really worth the money. It was a bit dubious at first, but it's fantastic. I absolutely love this thing. It's got space on the back for trekking poles, for bigger tripods, maybe even a tent or a roll mat, something like that. Space on the inside. This is normally where the Sony goes. This is where the Pentax goes. Space for lenses, and the Polaroid camera normally goes in there. Absolutely massive amount of space in the bottom here. Memory cards with their own individual little pockets. And the back of this zips halfway, so you can just flip that down instead of opening the whole thing, which is really quite useful. So I've been testing out this bag. Really quite rigid. Really nice to wear. And for the price it was like 120 quid or something, around that, so really very impressed with that. And that is pretty much the gear I've used on this hiking trip. Not all of it has been used, I suppose. Maybe it will get used before we leave, but we'll see. I have another trip coming up, so I imagine most of the same gear will be used for that, with some differences. But that's pretty much it. I can fit quite a lot in this bag. In the front pouch, I also carried a waterproof jacket and some trousers, which we didn't need, so it was just added weight. But they fit in the tablet pouch at the front. And in the top pouch, I was able to carry a lunchbox, another outer layer, and some other bits and pieces, cutlery, that type of stuff that we needed for our trek when we climbed down. So it was heavy, but it was super comfortable, and it fits quite a lot of gear. So that is the gear I used on our trip away in the Mournes. Yeah, just in case anyone was interested, I'll maybe try and leave some links down below if you want to check them out. I highly recommend checking out this bag and the Peak Design capsule clip if you don't check out anything else. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.